and I am a recovering designer. I used to design a lot, all the time, in fact. Sometimes I would design alone. Sometimes I would design in the morning. When I would binge design, sometimes I would design really bad things, embarrassing things that I couldn't remember designing. So I had to give it up, and I became an executive creative director, which has nothing to do with design. So I'm a manager now. So anyway, yes, I'm from Filter, and I am here to talk to you guys today about the tribe. I gave a talk recently at the University of Washington. It was a panel on how to find your dream job. And there were 4 of us on the panel, and there was a lot of debate about what a dream job is and what it means, and is there such a thing. And I kind of put forward an opinion that the dream job is less about the tasks that you do day to day, the activities that you do, and more about the people that you surround yourself with, and the people that you spend 40, 50, 60 hours a week working really closely with every day. That's what makes the dream job. You could have the best task at the best company in the whole world, but if you work with a bunch of a-holes, it's a horrible job. It's not a dream job. And so I encourage the students in the audience to really think about what tribe they belong to and see if they could identify their tribe. And today I'm going to talk about what I think is the creative tribe. So we're all tribes. You know, we're social animals. It's how we organize ourselves in our culture. We organize ourselves by shared beliefs. We organize ourselves by the companies we have affinities for, by our geographical proximity. And that's how we've always operated as humans. The creative tribe in particular dresses distinctly. Watching all you guys file into the lobby this morning, it was really clear that this was not an accounting conference, and nor was it a Microsoft conference. It was a creative conference, and you could tell. And we use symbols and talisman. We have omens. You know, how many people have worked on a project that was just cursed for no apparent reason? And we all agree it was just cursed. It came out of nowhere, some mystical thing. I saw a woman with a tattoo that said Helvetica on her arm, in Helvetica. And I wanted to kind of go up and hug her a little bit, because it meant something to me. It was a tribal symbol that meant something, and it was heartwarming. And we have rituals. We have brainstorms. We have sketch slams. We have a lot of cocktails. This is a group that has, and we share peace pipes every now and again as well. And we're good with that. And most importantly, I think, we rely on our instincts. And this is the thing that's so hard for us to explain or describe to the people that we work with that aren't in our tribe, is that we operate by our gut, by our instinct. We didn't learn this. We weren't trained this. We were born with it. And it's not pumping our chest to say that we've got instincts, but other people call it talent. And we just have gut feeling. So yeah, we feel really right when we say, that's it, that's the solution, that's beauty. That's beauty. And others say, prove it. Hate that. And we respect our elders. We bow and kneel to Paul Rand, and we love him, and he's paved the way for us. He's not a celebrity, he's a wise old man that helped, pave the way for our craft. And I think that's something that we all share and feel really deeply about. So we're all creative, and I don't just think that visual designers are creatives. And it really rubs me the wrong way when people say, oh, the creatives, when they're talking about the visual people. I think that developers are creative. I think that project managers are creative. I think anybody involved in a creative endeavor has to be creative. And so I include all of those people that are on that endeavor in the tribe. They may have slightly different little language difference or a dialect or a little bit of a different symbol or a little bit of a different dress, but together they make a superset tribe that's really powerful. And we're all connected. It was funny, watching the sketch this morning, that kind of reminded me of the tribal war that used to go on between designers and developers and project managers and developers. And as we get more connected and as our lines start to blur and as we start adopting parts of one another's disciplines, as designers learn to code and as coders learn to cut up their own graphics even, we get connected and we start to understand and respect each other a little bit more. This is a strange thing that went around the internet, I don't know, a while back. It was made by a guy named Alex Toole. It went viral, of course, because everybody thought it was funny. And I guess it kind of is. I thought it was a little bit odd and a little old school, and I kind of was offended by it a little bit. You know, it seemed old school to me. I can remember walking through the halls of Microsoft in 1989 when developers had walls of Mountain Dew, you know, covering their windows. You could really tell the difference between a designer and a developer 20 years ago. But I don't like the idea of proliferating this idea that we're so different and that we have such disrespect for one another. I'd like to think that we're going in the other direction and we're starting to respect and trust each other's instincts. We may be separate little sub-tribes, but we share a common God. We're all innovating. We're all being creative. We're all on a mission to create something that's never been created before, to do something that's never been done before. And that, to me, makes a tribe. We're hunting together and in pursuit of the same thing. Now, we might still get a little flack, back to the glasses. We might dress a little bit differently. Who in this room paid more than $300 for the glasses that they have on right now? And then there's the ones that don't want to admit it. And our developers, thankfully, are evolving to look more like designers, which is great. And we have our symbols. Symbols that are really important to us, that define our tribe. And they may be different symbols for designers and developers, but we identify with them. We know what they mean. They're important to us. We might get a tattoo. And we have our rituals. Our rituals are really important to us. And I remember one time a group of, sorry, this is so pixelated, but a group of designers that went in the night and replaced all of the developers' Post-it notes with blank Post-it notes on an Agile or waterfall or whatever project that they were doing, because they thought it was so ridiculous that they were going through this process on these Post-it notes. Truth be told, these are rituals now that we all use, and we're starting to respect each other's rituals, and we're doing them together. And that's really important. That's, you know, our little processes and the ways that we get to a solution can work for others, and the way that others get to a solution can work for us. So the more we start to respect and trust one another's instincts across the various disciplines in our spectrum, the more we learn, the better off we are, the stronger we are as a collective tribe. And on our instincts and trusting our instincts, we all have to recognize that everyone on that spectrum, designers and developers and project managers, because we're in the creative world, we have this sort of force, we have this sort of mystical power to see a solution without really seeing it, to envision something, have a vision for something. If we don't work together collaboratively, then we're not going to get to we're only going to get to our vision. And a collective vision is much better than just my little selfdom vision. So if the designer says to you, developer, it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. That's okay. Or it looks perfect, it's beautiful, then it's perfect, it's beautiful. We don't have to prove it. And if the developer says that's never going to work, won't work that way, that's impossible, we believe it. And then we work together to come to a solution. These used to be words that waged war between designers and developers because they were subjective opinions. And we used to fight back and forth about wanting proof. Prove it won't work, prove it won't work. Well, I just know it won't. And when I see creative teams working together these days, I hear more collaboration and more problem solving together and trusting that we have these magic instincts. And it's nice, and I think there's a lot that we can all do to keep that going and provide more power to our tribe. And our elders, our mystical, magical elders. We're creating our own celebrities now in our industry. And we've got some amazing people to strive for to be like Paul Rand, that have influenced the entire tribe and have created whole religions around design principles and methodologies and ideologies and philosophies. And we should continue to align with one another and with some of our idols to keep our craft moving forward in a really heartfelt and powerful way. So I was going to talk a little bit about UX and portfolios and stuff like that. It's not really my specialty. I'm not a recruiter. Heidi Rayner is here. Where are you, Heidi? Somewhere. I can't see her. Over here, that's who you want to talk to about recruiting and portfolios and stuff like that. But on the topic of, I did want to touch on UX because this seems like part of our tribe that right now is trying to decide whether or not it's going to bifurcate into separate tribes or if it's going to stay as one and be part of the whole. In UX, clients need to decide whether they need a researcher or a strategist or a designer. I happen to think all clients need all three at all times. And those of you that are in the practice may need to recognize a strength for one of those three core skills. But my hope is that the world of user experience, the world of information architecture, the world of interaction design will remain a really strong tribe and not bifurcate the way that design and development has in the past. Because things are happening so fast and it requires so much big brain thinking to innovate in this area, it's something that we really need to pull together and stay together as a tribe. So I don't know if you guys agree or disagree on whether or not, who thinks that we're all one tribe? Designers, developers, project managers? Higher, I can't see them. Thank you, good. That's encouraging. And who thinks we're separate tribes? Interesting. Okay, well, we can debate about it afterwards. I think it's a good topic, and it's something really good to talk with your teams about as well, and try and figure out whether you are one or many. Either way, it's an incredibly, incredibly vibrant industry and a vibrant set of skills that you all have, and it's exciting to be a part of it. So thank you very much.